So today I want to go over the 10 healthy habits that have truly transformed my life. So the number one is rise early and create a morning routine. I think like before I started YouTube like 7 years ago when I met Max, I had no morning routine. I always just kind of like winged it and just got out of bed and just kind of straight went into my days. But I do think the older you get, the more responsibilities you get, the more kind of impact your day has. And I really started to notice that my mornings had to become a sacred time for me to put towards self-care, because throughout the day, I don't know, life gets so chaotic and so busy and people are pinging you and emailing you and you have got to pick up the kids. Creating a morning routine in the morning truly sets you up for a good and successful day. And for me, it really helps to wake up early. I know it's sometimes really hard, but even if you can try to wake up 30 minutes earlier or even before the sun rises, just being able to do some self-care practices that maybe you otherwise wouldn't have time for, it just completely changes how you show up throughout the day. Honestly, as soon as you hear that alarm, just jump straight out of it. I know it's hard, but it is truly such a game changer. Number two is practice gratitude. I feel this is honestly the key to happiness in life. I still remember one of my trips to Africa. I actually grew up in Africa until I was 7 years old, and we went back 5 years ago, and there's a lot of poverty there, and a lot of people do not have the basic necessities like water and school and food. The one thing I just really noticed there is how friendly and happy and positive everyone was, and I'm sure this is not always like that, it's generalized, but the overall vibe I got for everyone who met on the streets, that everyone was so warm and so inviting, and I just felt they had so much gratitude for the things that they did have, and I thought that was so inspiring. I feel in today's society so many people, I don't know, don't stand still and actually practice gratitude and be grateful for the things that they have. And I also think by practicing gratitude every single day, it is such an easy thing to do, but you truly practice happiness and set yourself up for like a fulfilling and a purposeful life. Then number three is start getting ready in the morning and kind of like make yourself feel and look presentable. I think we've all felt it, especially during the pandemic. There is just such a difference that if you're just staying into your sweatsuit all day, not brushing your hair, not washing your face, or not taking a shower, that you just also feel like low energy. Like I even notice it when I go outside and I just like didn't get ready, and you know, I'm like walking costume and I bump into people who I know or people I don't know. I just like feel less, I don't know, extroverted to like be able to talk with people and stuff. Then when I get ready this afternoon, I was feeling really tired. I had like 2 matchas, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get ready. And as soon as I got ready, I was like, wow, I immediately feel so alive. So taking some time in the morning, and that can look as, I don't know, maybe you want to put some makeup on, maybe you want to do your hair, or pick an outfit that you just feel really good and comfortable and confident in. I always think about this when you really want to visualize. I'm like a big visualizer. Like everything when I think, I like close my eyes and I think about it. I think about the version who I want to become, and I think about what does she do, what does she wear, and kind of really go deep into that and like visualize that, and then you can actually execute on it. The next one is move every day. So movement and working out has so many more benefits than just being beneficial for your muscles. It truly helps with your mood, with your energy, with your sleep, so many different aspects. My current training is a mix between Pilates and strength training, and these are the Souls in Body programs that I do myself. So I do 3 or 2 times a week strength, and then 3 or 2 times a week Pilates with it, and this combination has truly helped me so much, because the strength training helps me build muscle, makes me feel strong, and Pilates is really amazing. It's low impact, it's all about that core. And then on the rest days, I make sure to prioritize mobility and rest and recovery, so I'll do more stretch or something mindful. And on top of that, I try to do like 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. I'm not like super strict on it, but I do try to keep that as a little bit of a motivation by walking a lot every day. Like that is my cardio, and it's honestly the best cardio out there. If you feel like, okay, I am confused of like what to do exactly, or like I want to start January with a real structured plan, because that's honestly how you build most of the consistency and accountability. I do have a new January challenge. It's our 30-day signature program on Soul Sync Body, which I'm so excited to be doing, and starting on January 6th, but you can honestly start any day. This is the exact schedule that I'm following with the combination of the strength training and Pilates. So I'm gonna link all that information down below. Honestly, movement is key. If you can prioritize that, even if it's a couple times a week, you are going to feel so much better. Your mind is going to be so much clearer. Your sleep is going to be so much better. So many amazing benefits. Then our next healthy habit is nourish with intention. What I mean with this is a combination between mindful eating and also eating healthy foods that nourish the body from within. It doesn't matter what type of diet you are following, like we can all agree on that it's best to choose whole foods over processed foods. If you can just do that, oh hello, come sit down. You want also a healthy habit? He was like, food? I'm coming. If you can just have whole foods over processed foods, you are already so far ahead. And combining this with high protein, incorporating protein into your diet is so important for your muscle building, for your energy levels, for the repair of your muscle cells, for your skin, for your hormone health. And truly something that helped me is using protein as kind of the base of each meal. So start with your protein and build around it, like add your carbohydrates, healthy fats, fiber with a lot of veggies. All of these things like nutrition truly impacts how you're going to feel, what you're going to, also how you're going to think. It actually affects your moods, which I think a lot of people kind of underestimate that, the power of nutrition. It's just incredible how fast the body can adapt and feel good. Then number 6 is change your mindset from I have to I get to. So if you have a mindset currently that's like, oh, I have to work out, or oh, I have to go do groceries, change it to I get to do groceries. Changing this mindset is truly going to change how you are going to show up for yourself. It's kind of practicing a little bit of gratitude in there, because how lucky are you if you're going to be able to go to the supermarket and get food and actually take care of yourself? How lucky are you that you're able to go to a school or you're able to go to a job? And I feel like having this mindset is truly going to bring so much positivity, so much motivation, and kind of more consistency into your life. And it's something that even until today, I have to practice that, and I have to be so mindful of that I don't say that like, oh, I have to do this. Like, no, I get to do this. I get to do this. It's hard, I know, but it is truly a habit that once I started implementing that in my life, it really changed. Number 7, I know this is a boring one, but it's so important to stay hydrated and drink enough water and fluids. I like to add a little flavoring or a little electrolyte to my drink just to like spice it up a little bit. Usually I have a really big bottle with me that I bring to the gym or just have on my desk, and I just noticed that in between meetings and stuff I actually like drank a lot of water, and I just noticed if I don't have a really big bottle next to me, I won't drink. So it's kind of setting yourself up for success. I love putting a water next to my bed, so the first thing when I wake up, it's right there and I immediately hydrate. So set yourself up and stay hydrated. Number 8 is limit your screen time. And I know this is really hard. It's hard to have boundaries sometimes around or phone use and around social media. I usually try the first hour that I wake up not to look at my phone, and this is really a sacred time. I'm trying to preserve my cortisol levels and just again have that self-care time in the morning. I will quickly obviously have my alarm, but like that's it. And then at night I usually switch off 45 minutes before. I wish it was an hour, but the mindless scrolling at night is truly the content that you're consuming. I don't know, I think there is a saying, you are what you eat, but it is not only about the food you're eating, it's also about the content you're watching, the content you're consuming, and how that's actually just affecting your brain. I immediately feel it. If I'm scrolling all night and I go to bed, I do not go into the same deep sleep as if I actually have a good unwinding routine and then go back into it. So I usually try to do like 45 minutes before and then instead like read a book, or I don't know, get unready, hang on the couch, play a game, or I take a shower and kind of get into my self-care routine. And I find that very, very helpful. I think being aware and putting boundaries up around your screen time is just going to help with your overall happiness and just kind of protecting your mental health, which is truly so important. Number 9, planning your day out the night before and doing a 5-minute brain dump. Sometimes throughout the day when a lot of things are happening, I can feel that my brain is kind of overflowing, really filling up. The one thing that I have found very practical and really amazing for stress and anxiety, or if you can't sleep, or if you're an overthinker, to kind of get all the thoughts out of your head. I love journaling in the morning, but I actually really love it in the evening. So I will have 2 things: my little to-do list, and that is more what I'm going to do the next day or throughout the week. And by doing this the night before, I just feel better when I wake up, because I just know already like what is waiting for me, and I just feel more prepared, and it's just kind of like out of the way. I don't know if you've ever experienced when you're in bed and you're like, oh wait, I need to put this on my to-do list. Well, I've had that a lot. And then on top of that, I do a 5-minute brain dump. So I will just kind of write down in a couple sentences like anything that I just want to like get out. It could be how I'm feeling, could be something about the day, like how my day has been, like something that was positive about my day, something what maybe was negative, and something I want to like change for the next day. I feel just being aware of these emotions and just putting these on just really, really help with my sleep, because I'm able to turn off. I'm like, okay, my thoughts and emotions are there, it is now time to go to bed. It's interesting because, for example, stress and anxiety are often not based on the actual events that are happening around us. They are based on the emotions and thoughts we have ourselves based on those events. For me, writing these things down in the evening and doing that brain dump have been an unbelievable tool to kind of process and just be aware of these emotions and kind of allow them to be there. I don't know, I feel a lot of negative emotions like anger or sadness. People are always like, oh, you need to like get rid of it, but it's sometimes okay to actually embrace those emotions and to feel them and to kind of go through that, but also being able to put them on paper and work through them. So it's been kind of a tool that I've been implemented in 2024, and it's something that I can highly recommend for anyone to bring with them in 2025. Number 10 is connecting with nature and loved ones, and you can do this on a daily basis, whether that is a walk outside in nature, or it's even maybe sending a text message to your family member or a friend of like, hey, I'm thinking about you, how are you doing? Or to your partner, hey, I hope you have the best day. It is such a small gesture, but it can mean so much to someone else. I don't know, there is just such a beauty of giving and doing something for someone else, and it can be really, really simple in that sense. Now, I know 10 habits is a lot to all implement in one time, and I know I'm particularly talking a lot about kind of our healthy habits around our mental well-being, around our physical well-being. If you feel like, okay, like I don't even know where to start, I mentioned it early in the video, but I am launching a signature program challenge on Soul Sync Body, and this is a 360 wellness approach program with guided workouts, with meditations, with a meal plan created with a registered dietitian, where we basically take all the guesswork out of it. And I'm really excited about this. The workout plan is the exact workout plan that I've been doing 5 times a week. You can kind of reschedule it around your needs, Pilates and strength, and then the mindfulness in it, and all the recipes. They're quick and easy to make, which is obviously really important. And we're doing this with so many amazing women all around the world. So I'm going to link that down below. We actually have a 7-day free trial, so you can already start this first 7 days of the challenge with me and the program, and if you don't like, you can cancel it. Otherwise, you stick with me for the 30 days, and I am really, really excited about it. I truly feel, I don't know, I think 2025 is going to be for a year. There's a reason you clicked on today's video, that there is some little something in there of like, I want to change, or I want to glow up, or I want to level up and grow. I think growing as a human being and always learning and evolving is so amazing. And if you're interested in personal development or growing as a person and really creating a life that you truly love, then you're, I think, here right on the right address. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these tips, and I hope to see you on social media. Bye bye.